Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back to my Christmas 2023 Decorate With Me series. Today we are going to tackle the mantle in the family room. If you missed it yesterday, we did decorate the mantle in the formal living room. I will link that video in the description box below this video here, so feel free to check that out after you watch this video. All right, so the mantle in this room is really beautiful because they kept the wood in here like to its natural tones. I really like to go with more of like a natural, outdoorsy, woody, pine cone kind of vibe. I just think it looks really, really good in here. And I am using a lot of the same things that I used on this mantle last year, but I'm gonna try to change it up just a little bit. I think one of the things that people maybe get bored with when it comes to their decor is they tend to put the same things in the same places year after year. I think just kind of forcing yourself to change it up and moving things around even slightly is going to, I think, make you appreciate what you have and will help you resist the temptation to go out and just buy like a whole, new set of decor items for the holidays. I don't think that's realistic for most of us. And honestly, when I purchase my holiday decor, I'm really focusing on buying quality pieces at this point that will last me for years. And hopefully a lot of these things I can pass down to Stella someday. That's something that's really important to me. So if you are putting the same things in the same locations constantly, think about switching it up. I mean, it doesn't hurt to move things around. And honestly, if you hate it, you can move it back to its former location and just live with it there. But I think it's important to kind of challenge yourself and try to come up with different ways of doing things. So this garland here is obviously an evergreen, and my big thing for the last couple years is trying to keep the type of greenery that I'm using consistent. So what I mean by that is if we look over here in the corner, you see this little nook right here. There are obviously some Christmas trees in there and they're flocked. The Christmas tree that goes in this corner right over here, you can see I already moved that end table. So there is a 6-foot Christmas tree that I purchased at Home Depot of all places 5 years ago that sits in that corner over there. And that one is not flocked, but it has a heavy like crystal ice type texture attached to the greenery. So really in this room here, this garland doesn't make the most sense, but I really don't like flocked garland. I feel like it's hard to work with, and I feel like the flocking really tends to come off very easily, and I don't know, I'm not a big fan. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to use just a ton of picks and branches to transform this into a mix of like a flocked and kind of crystallized type branch situation. So we're gonna work some magic here. I have some garland at the base of the fireplace there, and then if we scroll down here, I have the ornaments that last year I was hyper organized, and I put all of the items that I used in the specific rooms in totes and then labeled those totes. It made getting everything out this year so much easier. So I have all of the picks that I use in the tree here. I have that bag of greens right there. There's a whole bag of just random greenery. There's some big pine cones down here. I also have some little pine cones that I'll probably be incorporating this year. Again, like the mantle in the formal living room, I'm trying to get away from like a ton of ornaments. I'm trying to focus a little bit more on picks. And those are just, they're a lot easier to break down at the end of the season. So I'm gonna see how that goes this year. I might go back to overdoing it with the ornaments on all the garlands next year, but I figured I would try to change it up a little bit this year. So anyway, you guys, that is enough of an intro. Let us dive in to decorating this mantle. This one might take me a little while, and you might see some things moving around or getting tweaked between the shots, because I really am a little unsure of the exact direction here. I kind of have a rough idea in mind, but I'm not sure how it's gonna play out. So join me on this little journey here.